Carrow Road with their tails between their legs last Saturday when Newcastle United. It's been a tough start to life at St James's Park for my old boss Steve Bruce. Newcastle fan Lee Lawler, it's easy for me to say, is waiting to talk to us. Morning, Lee.
Hiya, Sav. How you doing?
Very well, thank you. So, Lee, how worried are you by the start Newcastle have made?
Very worried. Look, we all know it's been well documented over the summer about Rafa Benitez leaving and Steve Bruce coming in, the negativity over the summer with transfers and so on. Look, I know Mike Ashley has spent a little bit of money, but 2 games in, I think it's the manner of the defeat which upset a lot of people last week. Chris Sutton just said it there, Norwich fully deserved the win last week, and Spurs tomorrow, difficult one, innit?
Yeah, it's not exactly the game you wanted, is it, Lee? We did a poll earlier on asking which fans should be the most worried from the start to the Premier League season so far. And unfortunately, Newcastle fans have actually come out the top in that poll with 64% of the vote. I'm going to read you out a tweet here from Matt Stevens, who says, Newcastle fans should be the most worried. They can't defend, but they also can't score. They lack leadership both on and off the pitch. And they are the team who are a certainty to be going down if they carry on how they've started. Is the biggest problem really that you've lost your biggest goal threat in terms of Rondon and Perez, who scored 64% of Newcastle's goals last season?
Definitely. I think with how we set up last season with the wing-backs, with Rondon holding the ball up, you always had runners in behind Rondon. Now we've got, obviously, Joe Linton in. He's new to the Premier League. Almiron needs to get closer to him to try and help him out, contribute towards goals. Look, yeah, it's very doom and gloom on Newcastle, but the tweet there is spot on. We are very worried, but it's only 2 games in at the same time. This time, you go all the way up until autumn last season. Rafa Benitez was 10 games in. We didn't win any games there, so still early doors, but realistic hopes for Newcastle this season is just staying up.
Lee, thank you so much for joining us. Right, Glenn, my old boss Steve Bruce, it's as Jules said, losing 64% of your goals from last season. Yeah. He's brought in a striker who's not prolific. I think his highest goal total is 7. It's going to be difficult for Steve Bruce.
It's going to be very difficult. It's early doors, 2 games. You can't judge a team in 2 games. And if they can get a win under their belt, the confidence comes. But I look at that team and think, where is it going to come from? I think there's a team, if they're mid-table, floating or a little bit above, they've got players that will respond to that, who can play under no pressure. They're under a pressure straight away, and I'm not sure they've got the right personnel in there to really roll their sleeves up and say, hang on, let's take this on, let's get a little run going. And that's my concern. Yeah, the results at the moment, it's early doors, they can turn it around. Have they got the formula in that team to get enough possession to bring those strikers into a game? You're saying they've lost out on goals. Well, they've got to get possession of the ball first, and I don't see it happening at the moment.
Never mind about goals, defending, conceding 3 to Norwich, the promoted side last, that's a worry.
Yeah, of course it's a worry, especially when you look at the run of fixtures that they've got coming up as well. I think they play, 4 out of the so-called top 6 in the next sort of batch of games as well. So if they get through the back end of that and there's still not many points on the board, then it becomes even much more uphill task.